Welcome to the Cinema Gold Show. I'm your host, Larry Leese. Today on the latest box office report, we dive into the latest box office news, including Morbius winning the domestic box office, despite some bad reviews. But first, we'd like to thank our sponsor, Poddex, for sponsoring this episode. What is Poddex, you ask? That is a great question. Let me tell you all about them. Poddex is the hottest new tool for podcasters looking to have more meaningful conversations or to gamify their podcast. You simply shuffle up, ask a question, and let the content roll. You can get yours today at poddex.com and use the code Larry21 for 10% off your order. That's Larry21 for 10% off your order. And if you stay till the end of the episode, you'll be able to see Poddex in action with our Poddex segment. But let's get into today's story. Morbius has secured a weekend domestic box office victory with ticket sales of $39.1 million. Originally reported by Variety, Sony's latest superhero blockbuster brought in another $44.9 million at the global box office, bringing its global tally to $84 million. The Jared Leto film cost Sony $75 million to produce, which is less than the price tag of most other superhero movies. It also brought in considerably less than Sony's two other pandemic-era comic book movies, Spider-Man No Way Home and Venom Let There Be Carnage. Spider-Man opened at $260 million, while Venom started off strong with $90 million. Morbius is obviously a lesser-known character than Spider-Man or Venom, so it's a bit of a harder climb for the film alongside its subpar reviews. Morbius currently has a 17% on Rotten Tomatoes. In a previous episode, we said that Morbius is an origin story that lacks fangs and bite, marred by shoddy computer digital fights and overly serious tone that does the darkened flick no favors. The Lost City, the film that stars Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum, and won last weekend's box office over The Batman, took second place with $14.8 million. This performance brings its domestic total to $54.5 million. Speaking of The Batman, the latest big screen tale, The Dark Knight, secured third place with $10.8 million. The Batman has crossed $349 million at the domestic box office and has reached $710 million worldwide. Rounding out the top five were Uncharted and Jujutsu Kaisen Zero, the movie, which brought in $3.6 million and $1.9 million respectively. All of these films will have tough competition from Sonic the Hedgehog 2 this coming weekend and Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore on April 15th. And now let's get into our Poddex segment, shall we? And now our Poddex segment. Today's question comes from the Hypothetical Questions deck available on the Poddex app, which you can download on Apple and iOS devices. Or Android and iOS devices, excuse me. But today's question, as you can see, would you rather be incredibly witty and outgoing, or quiet and incredibly intelligent? Or just stay the way you are now? I'm going to go with quiet and incredibly intelligent. Because if you're smart enough, then you can get ahead and do more stuff. And I think intelligence, you don't really need to be outgoing in order to use it. And yeah, I'd rather be smart than have to talk to a bunch of people, because I really don't like being in groups. But anyways, let us know in the comment section below. What's your answer to today's Poddex question? And as always, if you want to support the show, you can buy us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/cinemagold. Your support helps the channel grow, buys us, upgrades our equipment. We can hire new writers and hosts, and hopefully one day take the show on the road. So that's buymeacoffee.com/cinemagold. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and we will see you next time.